Piers Morgan describes how much work remains for Democrats to get out of complete and utter shambles. It's a lot of work. I don't know if they can do it between now and the midterms. I really don't see it happening. They dug themselves so much a deep hole. I don't know if they can get back out of it because they lost the public's trust. Just like I said in my last video, they're coming off as inauthentic, fake, and even the beloved leftist AOC is being attacked because of her support of Israel and stuff like that. People are starting to wake up to how the Democrat Party continues to lie and play right in their face. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to play the clip and hear what Piers Morgan has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Caller. And they report that British journalist Piers Morgan said Friday on Fox News, The 5, that Democrats won't win back voters until they regain their common sense, calling the party in complete and utter shambles. Do you really think a party that believes men can get pregnant will ever get their common sense back? I mean, it's ridiculous. They can't even make true biological statements. But former Vice President Kamala Harris returned to the media spotlight Thursday, joining late night host Stephen Colbert to discuss her upcoming book. Morgan said Harris struggled to identify the Democrats' new leaders. He asked, if y'all didn't see the clip, Colbert asked Kamala Harris straight up, can you name who's the leader of the Democrat Party? And she couldn't name one. She tried to play it off and was like, well, I don't want to miss out anybody. And he was like, no, I'm not asking you to I want you to pick out one leader. She couldn't do it. She was like, I don't want to leave anyone off the list and they'd be mad at me. But since Donald Trump's election victory in November, Democrats have struggled to regain a unified message and leader to get behind. According to new polls from the Wall Street Journal, CNN, and Gallup, which I talked about in a previous video, all have recently reported that the party has hit record low favorability. But let's play this clip and hear what Piers Morgan had to say about all of this. Here we go.
So, Piers, all right, Biden said we need new heroes now. So to Joey's point, is that sort of a veiled admission? Look, we need anyone. Who could it be? Because we've got a lot of Instagram politicians there in that party. So I think popping up, what they really need is a human.
Yes, that would be a good. That's
a low bar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very, very low bar. First of all, lovely to be back, and lovely to see a handsome man in the middle seat there. Makes a big difference with Jeffy not here. Look, speaking frankly, as your friend from across the pond, they're a complete and utter shambles, aren't they, the Democrats?
Yes,
I mean, they've hit record low approval polls. She talks about a broken system and her big book. I have a book coming, actually, genuinely, called Woke is Dead. Mm-hmm. And in a way, listening to her word salading away with Colbert, who is the epitome of the late night woke guy who hates Trump and everything about him and believes all the nonsense that the Democrats have spewed for the last few years. You know, woke is dead. They just haven't got the memo yet. And so what you're seeing is the last kind of vestiges of that mindset, which was repudiated in the most spectacular fashion in the last election. And, you know, if they're wondering why Donald Trump got reelected, partly it's his huge personality, his policies about the economy, about immigration and so on, but also because he saw through the number one fault line, I think, of the Democrats, their absolute abandonment of common sense.
Yeah.
And you can chart it really. I discussed this last time I was on this show. The moment you try and convince the public that it's perfectly reasonable and fair to have a 6'4" man dominating in a women's sport like swimming or athletics or whatever, you have lost your marbles. So they've got to get back to common sense. The reason she couldn't answer the question, I don't think they know who the future is. I agree with you, Joey. I do think history shows somebody's going to come through here. They've got to get somebody like a Bill Clinton. They've got to get somebody in the center who can return them to at least looking and sounding like they understand common sense. I don't know who that person is, but they've got to do it fast, because right now, looking at Kamala, looking at Biden, I mean, my God, the idea that if that guy had won and had become president for the next 4 years of the United States, he can barely move.
If I saw him like in a public space, I think I was like in a haunted house.
No, it's true. It's embarrassing.
It's scary. He scares me.
Yeah, and I agree with Piers. Like, she couldn't name one because there's not one. She tried to pretend like, oh, there's many. I don't want to miss one. I don't want to leave anyone out. No, you had a hard time naming one because there is no clear leader in the Democratic Party. While it remains unclear which Democrats will officially run in 2028, early reports suggest California Governor Gavin Newsom, New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, although I beg to differ now with the whole kerfuffle. How you say kerfuffle? Kerfuffle. That's the word. The whole kerfuffle with her backing of Israel now. So I don't even know if she'd be a front runner any longer, because she lost her. She's starting to lose her base. But former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg could be among the contenders, but only time will tell. We shall see during when 2028 gets here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.